channel. Today I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to do my centerpiece. It's a tall trending centerpiece made just for weddings, or you can have them for engagement parties or whatever you decide. If you have any clients that you're taking on, you can make this for them. It's very inexpensive and it is a fraction of the price that it would be if you were to find it say in a wedding store where they make centerpieces like this, or you know, just those popular places where you buy things for your wedding. So I'm gonna hop right in, but before I actually get started, do not forget to subscribe to my channel, Girl Talk with Nikki. I am Nikki. So the reason why I am doing this centerpiece today is because, of course, as you know, if you've been following my channel, my vow renewal is approaching August 7th. So I don't have much time. It's kind of like crunch time for me right now. So I'm gonna go over what you will need. So the things you're gonna need for this project is going to be some PVC pipe slash PEX pipe. You're gonna need this in 3/8 of an inch and about a half an inch with as far as the hole is concerned. And you're gonna need them about 35 inches long. However, I cut mine 36 inches long. The reason why is because I have a ruler here that is 36 inches and I just wanted to make it simple on myself. So you will need your piping, okay? We'll go over how many you guys will need and I'll leave it in the description box as well. So you're gonna need that. You are also going to need 2 10-inch round foam boards. 2. No, they don't come like this. I'll explain to you guys why they are like this once I get started in the video. So again, you're gonna need 2 of these foam boards, some white duct tape, some bling wrap, some very strong glue, hot glue gun, some gold metallic Rustoleum spray, and you're also going to need these cake rounds, a center, like a little round block from the Dollar Tree, your flowers, and you're also going to need your PVC cutter. You can get the PVC cutter on Amazon. I got mine for $14.99, or you can decide to buy it at Lowe's. It's totally up to you. However you decide to choose your flowers as well is up to you. I personally buy mine in the bulk bags that come from Amazon or Michael's, where it's just the flower heads, and then you will purchase a jumbo pack of these picks here that you see. These picks are, they go right up into the flower. And also you're going to need some wine, okay? I also have here my wire cutters for my flowers. So we're gonna get started. I'm gonna set this to the side. I have a picture of this that I'm going to put into the video so you'll know exactly what these are. They are 10-inch round cake plates in gold. I got them from Walmart. This idea was inspired by One Hip Sister. I saw her doing this and I just fell in love with her stuff. She has the best DIYs and I love to do DIY projects, so I was like, you know what, I'm doing that. So what I did here was I took my 2 rounds and I started by lining them up together. So when you line these up together, you want to make sure these are together, as in completely like right on top of each other, not sticking off the side, nothing. They need to be completely aligned with each other. Now this video is going to be lengthy. I don't know how I'm going to shorten it up. I might have to stop it in the middle. I don't know. It's going to be long. What you'll also need is, I don't have my PVC piping over here, but the little short piece that's cut off, what you'll do is, I can leave you guys the template. Now the template myself personally, when I saw it in her video, she said you need to print it on 11 by 17, like the legal paper, the long kind, but my printer doesn't do that. So me and my honey just had to sit and do some simple math to add up the circumference of a perfect circle and at the angle of 4 holes. So you can download the template. I will leave it in the description box if you want it. If I'm unable to get it right away into the description box, you can request it from me and I can send it straight to you. So you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna line up your template just like this. You can use either T-pins to hold it down, or like me and my honey did, we used some tape and my hand, and we just held it. So you will take it and you will then mark. You will dig it in and mark each and every hole, just like so. You're gonna take it and you're gonna press it all the way through to the bottom one. Once you do that, once you press it all the way through and you get your holes the way that you want them, this one here is going to have the holes going completely through. Okay. However, the one for the bottom piece, this is actually going to be the bottom, my apologies. The top of this centerpiece, it's not going to have the holes going all the way through, okay? So, this is how we do it. We are going to start off with taking these rounds that's hot glued together and stick it right up on top of here. Once we do that, and we know that we have it centered, you get your glue gun and you apply some glue. A generous amount of glue. The hot glue can possibly begin to melt the foam. So I'll show you guys how you deal with that. So I did all this off camera. As far as my prepping was concerned, because I didn't want to make this a very lengthy video. I wanted to do the best I can to shorten it up. So I'm trying to get it to about 20 to 25 minutes. So we shall see. You know, I might have to get up and cut it off or something. So once you get it on, this is what it should look like. Okay, this is your base. The base is something heavy. You need something heavy and sturdy. Once I had this on the table prior to starting my video, I did use this block here, and the purpose was to get a perfect circumference as far as the circle is concerned. I took it and placed it in the center, took my pen here and drew a round, and then used a knife and cut out the center piece. The reason why this is here is to place a candle in there, and it's gonna look so gorgeous, you'll see. So the second step to what you're going to do is, see, I have my fan on, but I think we can make this work, you guys, is you're going to want to stick this in here and make sure it stands up. Once you know that it stands up, you're going to start to curve. You're going to take your hands and you're going to begin curving your piping, just like this. You don't want to curve it too much, but you definitely want it to have a nice, smooth curve, just like this. Okay? It's just like art class, you guys, just like art class. Fun, very fun. As long as you got your wine and somebody to do it with, it's fun. And I got you guys, so. All right, so again, you're gonna wanna take your piping. When you put the top on, you wanna do it in such a way that everything is completely lined up. Your C needs to be facing the outside. Okay, so you don't want your curve in it to be facing the inside. You want it to be facing the outside. So it's a little hard to do when it's just a one-man show, but as long as you, this is what I would do. Instead of using 3, you can just take the 2. And what you'll do with the 2 is you will lock them in, just like this, together with your, just like that, if you can see. I forgot to mention that. You're going to want to lock these in place with zip ties. With zip ties. Okay, if you can see the direction that I'm going in, you guys. This is going to be a very tall, elegant centerpiece. Once you get this part locked in, you're going to want to start stuffing this with hot glue and also a little leftover foam. It's going to take some time and some patience on this project, you guys. Literally, time consuming. You have to work on it. You have to be extra careful. You want to be sure that things are sturdy, things are in place. I'm looking for my extra foam, so pardon me. But yeah, so the additional foam, like I can even pull some off of here, but I have some in a bag where you're just basically gonna stuff it inside of the holes here to keep this locked in place. You have to keep it locked in place because you don't want it to move. Again, you want those pipes curved outward. Okay. What's going to end up happening is it's going to melt. It's going to melt, and that's because the hot glue is it's literally piping hot. So the more you work on it, the more you adjust it, trust me, the better it gets. So mine is kind of slightly not so curved, so that's okay though. That's okay though. It'll be all right once I get them in here together and all 4 of them are locked in, just fine, believe me. Glue my piping inside of the foam board here. And it does take a little bit of time and patience, you guys, because you have to put a lot of hot glue inside of these holes around the piping, and you do have to take some of the foam. I just took it, I took mine like this, and I just literally sat and cut piece by piece, you know, off. Took it around the holes, hot glued it down. It's still currently drying, but it's doing pretty good. Some of the curve is not exactly how I want it to be, but when you're doing a DIY project, it's not going to be perfect until you do several of these. I have a few people who are interested in me doing some projects for their wedding. I'm just adding more glue here, you guys. The reason, let me stop jumping around. So I have a few people who are interested in me doing some decor for the wedding and even be interested in some of my DIY projects. So, and they know that I'm just a beginner, so you know the patience is there. So it's very exciting that I get to do that. So I'll be, you know, showing you guys later on down the line. So this is what your project is going to look like, you guys. I'm going to show it to you guys at a different angle. So, I mean, hello, I'm not a professional editor. I do my best. So you're gonna wanna take these off just like this. So your next step, once you remove those, is you're going to get your tape here, your white duct tape. The reason why you wanna do it white is because of the paint. It paints really well with the spray paint. Seeing that it's white will cover it really nicely. And you're gonna put a nice little amount around to disguise this. So I would say about this much. You're gonna take it, you're gonna snip it, and then after you snip it, you can also cut it downward, just like down the middle if you would like to, or you can just wrap it around. It doesn't matter, because once you put the bling wrap on there, you're not even gonna be able to tell that there's any zip ties there. But me personally, I like to do it this way because, you know, it's just easier. It's more neat. So you'll just take it and you'll gently, but also with a little bit of firmness, pull it around to cover it just like that. So that's the first one, you guys. Then you're going to take the second piece, do the exact same thing. Make sure you get a decent amount wrapped around like that. Again, once you put some bling wrap over it, nobody will ever even notice that it was there. Trust me. It's science, you guys. It's science. So here we go. This is the finished product of the base and the beginning of this project. So what's going to happen is I'm going to spray paint this beauty, and I'll come back to you guys once I'm done. When I'm back on camera, you'll see that I have spray painted this gold because my wedding is gold, and I mean gold is just a beautiful color. So we will do that, and then I will start on my flowers. These flowers here are hydrangeas. I was saying them wrong the first time. Who cares? Hydrangeas. And I will be picking them and putting them all the way around the floral foam board. That's the purpose of this, is because this, as well as the top, is going to be covered in flowers. It's going to look absolutely gorgeous, and you guys will definitely love it. So I will come back on camera in just a few minutes and I will show you guys how it looks once it's all dry. That's the most important part, is to make sure, you know, when you do a project, sometimes we get impatient because we're so ready to see the end result, but you definitely want to make sure that you are being patient and taking your time, really making sure that this thing is flat and level. Mine is flat and it's level. I've already tested off camera, so I just took it out of the groove of the table, stuck something on top to make sure it was level, and it is definitely level. Everything is in place. The top of the board is in place and the bottom. So I will come back in just a few moments, you guys, and show you the finished product of the painting portion of it. So again, when you're doing this, I just want to give you guys a few tips. When you're doing this, you definitely want to be patient. You want to follow the directions to a T. You want to make sure that everything is level, so your foam board and your cake boards underneath need to be hot glued to one another, completely even with each other. If they're not even with each other, you will not have a good project. You definitely want to sit, make sure you're doing it right. And you know, sometimes you might have to pick up 5 or 6 of these things. I would say 6 because they're even numbers. 6 of these to make sure you're doing it right, because you might fail the first time. But that once you get this down, pretty much to a science, it will work in your favor. Believe me. The patience is the part where you'll have to have it. You'll just have to have your patience with you. When I would do DIY projects in the past, it would take me forever to do them because I would get frustrated. I would stop. I would walk away. I'd be like, babe, come and help me. Please help me. And she'd be like, honey, you're going to have to do this by yourself. It's the patience. It's the patience. You know, it's like the older that you get and the more kids that you have, your patience starts to go thinner. That's how it is for me. My patience start to wear down, all the way down. And of course, you're going to burn yourself a few times with the hot glue gun. You know, it is what it is. You're not a real crafter if you've never gotten burned. Crafting is fun to me, you guys. It actually helps me with taking away the stress of the day, or just getting my mind into a different area. It is very fun. It's almost like painting. Painting is the same way for me. When I paint, it kind of gives me a totally different feeling. I get to kind of just submerge myself in that artwork and just go, go, go. So again, you guys, I will come back on camera and we will see the finished product. So stay tuned. It looks like after it's painted. And as you can see, this right here where the duct tape is, it's easy to cover up with the bling wrap. So at the bottom, I used just 6 rows of the bling wrap, and then at the top I used 4. So this is a peel and stick adhesive bling wrap. You can get this from the Dollar Tree. So you just cut it and you literally just wrap it around. So whatever side you decide to choose, I would recommend choosing this side where the back of the diamond closes up to face the bride and groom. So yes, there's paint all over this, but you will cover it with flowers. So I'm gonna come back on camera and show you guys what it looks like once I am done putting the flowers in. Again, the bottom part, you have to leave this open for candles. Once it's all filled up with a whole bunch of flowers, it's gonna look pretty, and then you can put your candle at the bottom.